AT&T Stadium, where the tortillas will be flying in celebration and in support of their beloved Texas Tech Red Raiders. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So Texas Tech's offense has the ball first today. And, David, they've got a receiver that if he is able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Now, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense. And he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Bolitnikov award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. He's got an open man. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Wants to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30. And the Red Raiders can really attack on this second and short. They'll give it to the back. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. The Red Raiders come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touchdown, Red Raider! The finisher and the exclamation point on that drive.
And that's 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Just continuing to find the end zone, continuing to make plays. This guy is on pace for a great season. He's put the college football world on notice.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Fresno State Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Flips it out to the back. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Guns up, and so is the noise. The crowd electric, trying to help Tech on this third down. Hit as he throws. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Fresno State will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is called for in the midst of all this rain. Concentrate on one thing. Make the catch. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Rushes on him. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Gonna swing it on second down. Got his man. At the 45 on his the doctor always ordered an explosive play to the 40. Here comes the offense on first down. Power football with the run. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Quickly to the tight end. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And the Red Raiders looking to convert on 4th down. Trying to do it on the ground. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Gotta love the physicality on 4th down and short. You know what's coming. They hand the football off to the running back. No secret, but he plays physical, gets behind his pads, and gets the first down.
Oh, he makes the catch. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to pass on 2nd down. He caught it. To the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raider.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in game 2 so far.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Pretty good job on that return. He goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. That's the end of the period, and it's Texas Tech holding the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the 2nd quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
Here comes the heat. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He takes it at the 45. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Finds the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Red Raiders will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Finds his big tight end. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Motion from the wideout. They go to the ground. Inside the 45. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through. It's really helping out this offense.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Splits the uprights, it's good. Now the lead is down to 11. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kansas is comfortably ahead on the scoreboard right now. Frankly, the kind of lead we're used to seeing inside Fog Allen Fieldhouse with the Jayhawks. They're up 14 over Virginia. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, it's a great job by the receiver fighting back across the DB there to get to the inside, locate the ball, and catch the slant.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Quarterback empties his backfield. Using his feet. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. And the Red Raiders in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing 1st downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing 1st downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Red Raiders have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Buys a little extra time. Got out of trouble and throws. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Quarterback keeps it. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Fresno State right back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Kent. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They boot it away on 4th down. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Going downfield for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The offense will quickly use the timeout. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
He stopped at the 32. It'll be a 1st down in the waning seconds of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Red Raiders! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all 1st half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And the returner is stopped. Under a minute to play here in the 1st half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Lubbock. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick your poison kind of player.
And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Strong safety blitzes can sometimes be hard to see coming from a quarterback standpoint because we're used to seeing the strong safeties insert themselves into the box, but you don't oftentimes see them blitz like that. That can be tricky to watch.
Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. This quarterback, part of their running game. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory, but instead he'll set the offense up with great field position. To the ground with the back. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. With the catch, it's Pettis.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Red Raiders can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Red Raiders are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Under fire. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And for the second time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. Oh, he missed it. No good. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. They're still up by 21. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Here's the pressure. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here's the handoff. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Fresno State will have to punt. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. Inside the 40. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. And the Red Raiders come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. To the air on 1st down. It's complete. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward now, back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Got his man on the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Red Raiders.
What a difference a change of scenery makes, right? I mean, they went into a hostile environment. They lost their first game, but they've rebounded beautifully. And I think coming back, playing in front of their home crowd really has impacted this game, and it's gotten them back to 500.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Gonna look downfield again. Makes the grab on the left. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the 1st down.
Finds his big tight end. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. And the Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down and 10th coming. Finds his big tight end. He is stopped short, and they'll turn it over on downs. Just a crushing blow at this point in the game. Out of the gun to give to the back. Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just
breaks into the open. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And you're seeing the best version of this guy this week, right? We know he threw 2 picks a week ago. We talked to him. He said it was a game he wanted to put behind him and just get refocused. You are seeing when he brings...
Picked off got him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Great place to start for this offense. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And that one is right on target if his target was the first row.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
On third down, he drops the throw. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
I think that play right there has been a big theme in this game. When it matters the most, on big-time down and distances, this defense has been able to step up and make the play when they need it most. That fourth down, great job in the back end in coverage, forcing the incompletion with a big lead now, creating a turnover on downs.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting in those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them.
There he goes. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw. Pressure coming. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking to the big tight end. And make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Got a man, it's Pettis.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Backed up now, here's second and long. Looking to fire. Right on the money. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He'll try to put one down the boulevard from 42 yards out. Dead center perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
They'll get this drive going from the 17. The give to the single back. And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. The Bulldogs with with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the tailback. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? A designed run for the quarterback. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Complete.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot, patting my